Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're all having a fantastic evening or whatever time it is in your part of the world. Tonight I'm going to be doing a review of a horror film from the UK, English language, released in the year 2002, directed by Neil Marshall, and this film is called Dog Soldiers. And the story to Dog Soldiers is as follows. A band of British soldiers are sent to the Scottish Highlands on special training manoeuvres. Their biggest worry, stuck in the middle of nowhere and missing a vital England versus Germany World Cup qualifier. Things take a turn for the worse when they stumble upon Captain Ryan, who appears to be the sole survivor of a special operations team that were literally torn to pieces. Ryan refuses to disclose the secret behind his mission, even though whoever or whatever ate his men seems hungry for seconds. Help arrives in the form of local girl Megan, who shelters them in a deserted farmhouse deep in the forest. But when they realise that it's home to a pack of bloodlusting werewolves, it's apparent their nightmare has just begun. Dog Soldiers fuses black humour with edge-of-the-seat horror in the vein of Evil Dead. It'll leave you howling for more. So the movie revolves around a group of soldiers who are going on a special operations sort of mission, a training mission. So they're dropped off with a helicopter deep in the Scottish Highlands, and they have to combat a team of special operations. So it is a training exercise that no one wants to do because some of them are big football fans, and the Germany versus England qualifiers on. So they're bickering between each other. They don't want to be there, but they have to do it. So amongst the soldiers is the team leader, who has a checkered past. I won't go into detail, but he is the guy who is going to lead the front. And so their mission is going accordingly until a cow ends up being absolutely mutilated. So they come across this cow and they realise that it didn't die of natural causes and that something has ripped into it. So they're curious as to what's going on. So they follow the blood trail that this cow was left behind, and it leads them to the Special Operations Unit, who is basically their enemy during this mission, this training drill. And it appears that Captain Ryan, who is the boss of the Special Operations, is the sole survivor of something that has attacked the group and has literally torn them to pieces. So Captain Ryan is nearly dead, he's in a daze, and he tells them that they've got to get out of there because something is wrong. And what it turns out to be is a pack of werewolves are hunting this team down, and they have to use their teamwork together in order to make it out of this ordeal alive. So if you want to know more, please go out there and see this film for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Dog Soldiers. To me, this is Neil Marshall's best film. I think all of Neil Marshall's films, well, almost all of them, are very atmospheric, and it feels like a true horror experience, and none so more than Dog Soldiers. I think this is the pick of the lot of them. I thought that towards the start, it's very atmospheric. It starts off innocently enough. There's pretty good banter between the characters, so you get a connection with the characters, although it doesn't take long for it to get into the juicy parts. But straight away, you can feel that they've got a team. And very reminiscent of the movie Sector 7, where you can connect with the characters. You feel like they're almost like a family. So these soldiers are banding together. They're a lot of teamwork from the start. And then when the bad things happen, you see that they have to use their wits about them. You don't know what's happened, but you can hear things in the background that send a shiver down your spine. So I thought, especially with this scene where they're being chased through the woods, I thought that was suspense done at its very best. There are not many scenes in any film ever that you will see that send a chill down your spine as much as this particular scene, where they're running through the woods, they're covering fire, you don't know where the enemy's coming from, but you know that they're close behind, and that just sends a shudder down your spine, and that's what sets the mood to the film, and it never really lets up. They seek refuge in this isolated farmhouse. There's a lot of mystery behind this farmhouse. I thought the farmhouse played very well into the story. The main girl, Megan, she was very mysterious also. You feel that she might be hiding something, but you don't know exactly. And then when the onslaught happens and these werewolves attack this farmhouse, it has homage to a film called Zulu, which is documents the British soldiers who fought off the Zulu sort of onslaught. If you've seen that movie, you'll know what I'm talking about, where they're outnumbered, they're outsourced, and what they've got to do is basically rely on sheer bravery and the camaraderie between what they have. And I thought the effect of teamwork really shines through the film, and I really liked it. I thought that it was not necessarily a movie about werewolves. It was a movie about the human spirit and how we can team together and how we can defy the odds even if they're stacked against us. So it is an inspirational kind of film, although it doesn't really play that into a serious kind of way. But I really like the teamwork aspect of it. So it does double as a werewolf film, but it does show you the power of teamwork. And once everyone's combined, you can become a much bigger force. So I really like that. I thought the atmosphere was fantastic. The cinematography was very dreary. It really felt like you were in the wet season of Scotland. Very UK sort of weather. I know a lot of people complain about the weather in the UK, but it felt really damp and really dreary, and it felt like there's got no hope. And when the onslaught happens, it actually feels really good. I thought the costume behind the werewolves was a little bit dodgy. I didn't really like it. Once again, it's a case of not knowing exactly what they look like was better. But having said that, it doesn't take anything away from it, because I thought the suspense levels are continued throughout the entire movie. It doesn't really let up, and that's what I liked about it the best. So the acting was very good. Kevin McKidd, you've got Sean Pertwee, who are very good actors. They play great roles in this film. As I said, they're likeable characters. And then you've got the werewolves, who are teaming together also to make a bigger opponent. And it's basically just a battle of wits, man versus beast, and who comes out victor in the end. That's something I'm not going to give away, but it's definitely worth the watch. I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I'm sure a lot of people out there are going to enjoy it just as much. So it's not the perfect film. There's a little bit of gore in it as well for all you gore lovers, but yeah, the suspense is there. It's a psychological kind of horror film mixed in with a gore film. I think this is better than The Descent. It's one of my favourite horror films from the werewolf subgenre, and I'm sure that a lot of people out there are going to appreciate it as well. So it's not a movie that comes without its faults, but fortunately the positives far outweigh the negatives. So overall, for Dog Soldiers, I'm going to give this one 4 stars. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later. Bye.